You ready?
All right. There we go. Oops. Can you see me, honey?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All righty. Thank you for joining us. My name is Vanessa Canterbury, and I am the CEO and founder of Inspired by Vanessa. I am here with the amazing Dr. Akina Finch, and I want to be able to just connect with her because she has an amazing story and she is so inspiring. And I want to know more about Miss Dr. Finch. So I thank you so much for taking the time out to join me so we can be able to get to know each other a little bit more. But at the same time, I want to know about Miss Dr. Finch. So tell me, Dr. Finch, how are you today, first of all?
I am great. Oh, apparently it's freezing. Hold on,
Yeah.
let's see it. I am
Okay.
trying to Periscope while we are also on here. So, of course, I am great. I am energized. I am excited to be in the fold and on the platform. And if y'all can hear me on Periscope, please come over to the Blab session. Here is the link right there. And you'll see quitting is not an option, and you'll see a lovely little picture of Miss Vanessa right there. So please come over and join us here. So that was my disclaimer for that. Now,
Yeah.
we'll talk about me, right? So
Yeah.
my name is Dr. Akina Finch. I do education, motivation, and social media. And today we will be motivating the masses by talking about quitting is not an option. You know, as a person of in the education field, I have been through a lot of different things, including a lot of schooling. And when you have been had as much schooling as I have, you're going to encounter different people and different feelings and different issues that may take you off your kilter, may shake you a little bit, may try to break you a little bit. But the point is that at the end of the day, you need to know who you are and know that your dreams are worth the sacrifice. So you need to know that quitting is not an option. And why do I say that? Because anything that comes up here is worth the fight. It's worth making it happen. It is worth going all the way to the goal. And yes, we have many different goals and dreams and things that come up, but at the end of the day, we are doing what we need to do to press forward and move forward and do the things we want to do. And Periscope viewers, am I freezing? Please let me know. All right, I see some of y'all coming in here. Very good. So, please join us over here on Black. Now, as far as joining, the quitting is not an option movement, because yes, it is a movement. Because a lot of people just sit up there, come up with stuff, and then quit it the next day and not think a thing about it. Okay? But you know what? It's a movement because it takes a lot of skill, talent, and drive to go all the way to the end. It takes a lot of perseverance. It takes a lot of work to go to the end. It takes a lot of movement in an upward mobility to go to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we don't tend to believe that we are worth it, the dream that we come up with. We may not believe that the thing that was purposed for us, we may not feel like we're big enough or bad enough or strong enough to make that happen. Nonsense. If it came here, it was for you. Y'all hear that? That's a tweetable. If it's here, it's for you. Okay? So I need y'all to know that that is in the atmosphere. Put that in the atmosphere first. If it wouldn't have came here if it wasn't meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have came there if you weren't enough. It wouldn't have came there if you didn't have the skills, the talent, the knowledge to make it happen. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't believe you have it there, go get it. Mm. That's what help is for. That's what mentors are for. That's what coaching's for. That's what investing in yourself is for. If you don't believe it, if you don't think you can achieve it, then go get the help you need to make those things manifest. Mm. If you are a type of person that needs to be gratified like that, okay, go get that person. But don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop your show. Because guess what? There's too many rodeos that you need to be in for you to be sitting up there saying that you are not worthy, that you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you don't have the skills. See, this is not what you asked for, but that's all right. Come on, Vanessa. Ask me another question, girl.
Girl, I'm just like, come on, sister. And I wish more people will understand that, is that you have to go through the process just like anything else in business, in life in general. You're going to have to go through various steps in order to get to your next goal in life. But the most important thing is not to quit. You will never be able to see your full vision. If God gave you vision, He's going to provision it for you. But if you're going to continue to stop, then what? You know what I mean? Then what? What happens after that? You know, what happens? What did you do? And a lot of people experience this, because I know I did. What did you do when people felt as if you should go in another direction, but you seen that you need to go in a different direction that was best for you? Not about what somebody else did. What tools and what equipped you that could be able to parachute you? What did you do?
You know, that's a good question. There's a difference between going in a different direction and giving up. And a lot of people don't see that there's a difference in that. But as long as you end up at the same road, at the same spot where you were supposed to end it, it really doesn't matter what road you get on, as long as you ride the train. You can go train, bus, plane, whatever, but as long as you end up at the right destination, that's where you need to be. Okay? So to answer your question, you need to go in the path that works for you. Yes, you have mentors, you have coaches, you have trainers that can give you ideas. But there's a difference between taking an idea and molding it into what you need it to be versus an idea where you're sitting up there and letting somebody else tell you what to do with your own life. Please remember that you are accountable for everything that you do, not these other people. Not these other people. And they can sit up there and tell you that the sky is green. If you sit there and believe that, then what? You look like Boo Boo the Fool when it's your time for Judgment Day. So look, all right, you know, you can take all of the things, and what I say is take in the meat and spit out the bones. Work what works for you, okay? Work what works for you. Don't work all this other stuff. You know, now, if you are trying to get some skills and some knowledge, take in the meat that your coaches are giving you. Take in the meat that your mentor is giving you. Take in the meat that your trainer is giving you. And if that is not working, then try the remix. That's why you have people. That's why there's different coaches for different things. A fitness coach is not going to help you in spirituality necessarily. A business coach is not necessarily going to tell you how to work out properly. You got to have a coach for different things. You got to have a mentor for different things. You got to have a trainer for different things. And listen to them. But at the end of the day, take in the meat and spit out the bone. Because you are the one that's going to have to be accountable for this. You are the one that's supposed to be given this purpose and this gift. You are the one that's supposed to rock this train. And you're going to sit up there and listen to other people, and that train is going to go choo, choo, choo with somebody else running it. Just saying. So that is what motivated me. I was not the person that was like the rest of my family. They couldn't help me like that. You know, they weren't really into education like I was. They really was, you know, they're fashionistas. They're real pretty people. I don't fall into that category. Okay? So we really didn't have a lot to conversate about. And that's okay. I still love them. They're my family. Okay. But they couldn't tell me what to do. I do have an aunt, a grand aunt that had a master's. So when I wanted to talk about education, I went to her. I didn't go to my grandmama that was booting and shooting everybody. You know, that wasn't the person I could go to. Right. Now, if I wanted to talk about having some confidence and some motivation, I can go to my grandmama. We could have some conversations. But that wasn't, you know, education wasn't her ish. Okay. But, you know, you got to know who to get it from. But that doesn't mean she didn't have any wisdom. A lot of times she dropped a lot of important nuggets that I took in. That was meat that I took in so that I could work my work. Okay? And then I worked it the way I needed it to work so that I could move in the right direction. What? Towards greatness. If you're moving towards failure, you're ridiculous. Okay? I'm just going to say that. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you have a purpose. You have a gift. You have a foundation. Work it. Work it, and don't let anybody else tell you that you can't. Don't let nobody else tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not smart enough. What is for you, no matter what. Like they said, God used the donkey. Okay? So why can't he use you? You walk, talk, breathe, you got mental capacity. So why can't he use you? Why can't he use you? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And welcome, David Gibson, my brother. Amen.
So when you felt yourself your back was against the wall, and when you was getting so close to, what your purpose was in life, what motivated you outside of the naysayers, outside of yourself? What did you do to be able to push yourself when your back felt like it was against the wall?
That's a very good question. You know what? I was always that person that wasn't going to be defeated, no matter what you said. Okay. And prime example, when I was halfway through my doctorate degree, my mentor, who I was given a mentor halfway through, said, well, I probably wouldn't have recommended you for this program, but since you're halfway through now, I guess we need to finish this.
Oh, wow.
Who are you talking to? Oh, no, sir. Wow. No, sir, that's not how we rock and roll in this camp. I said, all right. But you know what? At the end of the day, after my 18 months with that gentleman, I was the first one in his 25-year career that ever published before they became a doctor. That sit up there was already teaching before they were a doctor. So, and he was the first one before I could get off the stage, sitting up there jumping out of the line, hugging me after I got hooded. So you know what I'm saying. I had to tell him, he was like, well, I got other people to read, papers to read. Some people have been waiting a month. I said, and that sounds like a personal problem that I don't have. Yep. I said, I will be here every day until you read my paper, because guess what? You know what? I got a mission, and you are holding me up from it. Yep. So if you want to see me every day, and I mean every day, then I suggest you get to reading. My paper was done the next day.
See, that's what they call perseverance. You just got to keep going. You just have to keep going. You don't let nobody else stop you from what your ultimate goal is, because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your future. So once we get to bold enough and unapologetic to let others know, you're not going to stop my flow. And you got nothing on. Your hands don't have anything to do with this. You have no final say so. And so that's one thing that we have to understand, that we cannot allow anybody, including family and friends or associates, if you feel that you don't fit into this right here where I'm trying to go, then go ahead and move aside, because I got somewhere to go.
You know what? You have to dismiss people sometimes. You got to let them go. At the end of the day, love them, will do the world, world for them. But if they are not, if they are not who you need them to be, and if they're not feeding you the energy that you need to feed to be successful on your drive and your path towards your greater, then they got to go. Because at the end of the day, the 5 people that are closest to you that's the energy that you're projecting.
Yes.
So if you don't like the energy, look at those 5 people that you're closer to. If you don't like that energy that they're projecting, guess what? That's because you attracted them to you.
Yes. Yep.
That's what you've been putting out into the atmosphere. Take a real good look. Take a real good look, because those 5 people are what's making you. That's what's putting you out into the atmosphere. That's what's influencing you. So if you don't like it, clean it up.
Yep. You got decisions to make, and you can't allow other people to make those decisions. You just can't. You know, and that's very true. I remember when somebody said the exact same thing. You are the fifth person who you attract. That's who you are. And I was like, what? That don't make any sense. But when you really think about it, that's very true. You know, I had this conversation with somebody and it was like, well, that's my friend. I'm your friend. You mean, is this a childhood friend that don't want to grow up? I'm trying to understand this. Is this a friend because this is in your neighborhood?
Right.
But you are constantly moving forward. But every time you turn around, as soon as something happened with this knucklehead, you turn around and you jump ship. And now you wonder why you're going backwards, but you was really going forwards. And sometimes you're just going to have to cut those childhood friends off too. They just don't grow up. You got to just cut the string. It's okay. The book of court, you can cut that too from your parents. I'm just saying. You're just going to have to do that. And it's not nothing personal, but at the same time, it's personal. Yeah. This is my future. This is my life. This is my legacy. And it's up to me to make that decision. Period. Whether they like it or they don't. But you have to do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Yeah, people take a different spot. You don't have to release them. You know, you can hang out casually, whatever, whatnot. But at the end of the day, you need to focus on the things that's going to make you better and keep you in your purpose.
Yep.
You know, a lot of times we have childhood friends we just grow apart from. We lose different types of energies. You know, we have different interests. And guess what? It's okay.
It is.
It's okay. You know what? Just have the conversation. We're growing apart. You know, we still want to love on each other. But, you know, we may not have to hang out every day like we used to. It's okay that you have different interests and different needs and things of that nature. Y'all just work around that thing. If it's worth working for, it will work itself out.
Yes,
but
it will.
Keep this. Right. So, you know, at the end of the day, though, you have a purpose and a gift.
Yep.
You have lives that you need to change, and you have things you have to do to impact others in this world.
Yep.
And if you sit there letting other people hold you back from that mission, what are you doing for all those other people that have been sitting there waiting on your gift and your passion and your purpose?
Yep.
What's going on with them? They're not getting fed. They're not getting what they need. They're not getting what was promised to them. Because you were born, your purpose was given, but you're not working in it. You running from it. You know? What's that business about? What's that business about? You got so many lives that you're supposed to touch. And see, that's one thing, and I want to say this because we're both in this boat. I am an introvert. And for me to sit up here and be on this screen, Akina is having a mental breakdown. Dr. Fran, on the other hand, knows that her purpose is more important than how she's feeling inside. You know, she knows that her message is out there for other people to hear, for other people to share, for other people to go ahead and do what they need to do. Okay? So I have to get past me so that I can move into my greater. I have to get past all those anxieties and all of those iniquities and all of those I'm not enough. I can't do this. Where's my skill set? All of that. Okay? You coming to troll? All right. We have people on Periscope asking questions. Okay. So at the end of the day, truth be told, totally, no doubt about it. If we don't walk in this purpose, we are not just messing with ourselves. It is not just us that we're messing with. We are messing with the other people in this world that were made to listen to us, that was made to hear our message and move their lives to that greater. We were made for that pivotal point when they hear something that comes out of our mouth that's going to say, okay, this is what's going on. This is why I need to change. So if you don't do your work, they're not going to get to do theirs. If you don't do your work, they're not going to get to do theirs.
This is crazy. Wow. This is, you know, for a long time, I was running. I was running from my purpose. I was running from my gift for the longest. And I knew that I had something, but I just didn't know exactly what it was. But it took for that door to close so I could see things in a different light. And so once that door closed, it was like, wait a minute, now are you going to go ahead and surrender and just do your work that I already instilled in you? Or are you going to continue to run and keep hitting your head against the wall? What are you going to do? When are you going to get tired? When are you going to go ahead and stop fighting what you already have? And so once I decided and made that decision to say, okay, Vanessa, you are unhappy, but you over here, you could do it just effortlessly. Why don't you go ahead and do it? But see, we are worst enemies. We are our worst enemies. We will sit here and talk ourselves out of our purpose. We will talk ourselves out of something and make every excuse in the book and wonder why we're not getting ahead. That's the problem. We are so used to saying, oh, that's all I know. But if that's all you know, and you see that didn't work, why are you going to continue on down that path of that's all I know? You know? Okay. And so once I decided to just say, Vanessa, stop. Just stop. Doors open, left and right. Once I start sharing my story a little bit more, even though I was scared to share my story because at the same time, again, this is your story. It's like, this is deep. You know, it's not small stuff. This is my story. I never knew how many more people needed to hear my story. We think it's a bunch of mess, but really it's a message for the masses. And so with me sharing my mess of a message, it helps so many other people. And so just yesterday, you know, remember I told you I was connected with somebody in the Perry Newbie group. And I've been fighting this for the longest of coaching. I've been doing it for the longest, but at the same time, I'm behind the scenes type person. That's the introvert. We'll stay behind the scenes for the longest and we'll do our best work. But sometimes if you're trying to grow and go to a whole nother platform and help more people, we have to start stepping up in the front. And so when you open up that door to do scope minds, masterminds, it helped me to be able to get on Periscope. And now it helped me to get on Blab. And then now here I am with the Perry Newbies doing the mentoring over there with the Perry Newbies. So when I connected with the lady yesterday, and we're supposed to be on the phone talking and just sharing and helping her to be able to go to the next level, to get in front of the scenes. It was absolutely amazing because when she was done talking to me, she said, Vanessa, I spoke to many coaches. She said, but what you offered is something that I have never heard of before. And because why? Vanessa was fighting it. Why? Because Vanessa, the introvert, she was determined to stay behind the scenes. But see, when it's something that's for you, God's going to keep on showing it in your face. When are you going to go ahead and just accept this?
There you go. There you go. You know, and that was a good word, Vanessa, because at the end, a lot of people, they think that, just because they're fighting what they're supposed to do, that's where it ends. But that's not where it ends. It's not where it ends. It ends when you do what you were supposed to do and touch those lives you were supposed to touch. That's where it ends. And you can keep on and run and run and run. Been there, done that, got all those t-shirts. Why don't I have all these degrees? Come on, girl.
Yeah.
But at the end, I thought I was gonna be a manager. Okay. Then I thought I was going. I fell into education while I was getting my doctorate, but I was K through 12, and I was special ed, and then I was working at an alternative school at that. So I already knew that I was going to be alternative. Okay, I knew I was different. I knew I was outside the box. So when I decided to get my doctorate, that's what I did. I went to a adult learning school so that I could learn outside the box the way that I learned. And then now I am, doing my doctorate thing, and I teach that way. I teach my people to think outside the box. I teach them to go ahead and go for the gusto. Think about the bigger dream. Don't just think about what people say I'm supposed to do. Don't just think about where I'm supposed to go. just because society says this is what you're supposed to have. No, baby, I'm supposed to have bigger and better. I'm coming forward. I am claiming it. And who are you to tell me that I'm supposed to just have this little piece over there when I can have the pie, baby? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You know what? Because we need, but see, there's people that's stuck in that trap. There's people that's stuck in that trap that believe that society, oh, because I look like this, or I'm shaped like this, or I'm beat like this. You know what?
Yep.
You know what? You are just sitting up there giving people things.
Yep.
You know, you're fueling their fire. You're feeling their energy instead of saying, you know what? Thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it greatly. And I will take in the meat and spit out the bones for that. I will take in what I need, and then I will release the rest. Because at the end of the day, I have to go on my path. I need to do my thing, and I need to work my purpose. And if you're not on my train, I understand that. That just means you're not my audience. And we probably will not be discussing this anymore. But thank you for your opinion. Had to do it several times. You know what? All they see is this little person, you know, because I'm 5'1.25". So all they see is this little person coming up here saying that they can do this, that, and the third. Every time I got a new boss, I had to prove myself. What? You know what? I don't have time to prove myself to the man. I don't have time to do that. You know what? I have time to work my work. If you don't believe in me, you are not my audience, point blank, and the period. I can take these skills and gifts elsewhere and work them where I need to work them. I don't have time for you and your negativity to be sitting up there trying to make me quit, try to make me feel small, try to make me feel mediocre, try to make me feel like I am less than. I know that I am enough. I know that I am powerful. I know that I was put on this earth for this purpose, and I'm getting ready to work it, whether you are on my team or not. And there it is. And there it is. You have to come in with that confidence. They need to feel that when they come into the room. They need to know that you are the real deal Holyfield and that you know it. Guess what? A lot of times they know it. They know it, but they also know that you don't know it.
That's where it's at, right there.
And that's where they get you. Because they know that you don't know it. So they sit up there and use your gift, they use your talents, and then they don't give you anything back for them. They sit up there and give you that little piece of crumb and think you're going to be satisfied with it because they know you don't know that you are the best beyond measure. You are greater than what they're giving you. You are greater than all that unnecessary mess they're trying to put into the atmosphere. But the minute that you realize that you are enough and that your gifts are top notch, that's when you're getting ready to command that attention that you deserve, and you're going to go get it. Well, thank you. I had to have a moment.
She commanded the room. That's how you command the room. You know what your purpose is. You know what you deserve. You command the room. It's already yours. But if you continue just give in and take in what they penetrate to you, that you not enough, then that's what's going to happen. They're going to walk over you. They're going to dog walk you. Either you're going to make a choice. Either you're going to allow somebody to dog walk you, or you're going to drag them and say, you know what, I'm done. And go get what you deserve. Pick one. But stop playing this back and forth thing, and then you want to complain about it. No. You have to know your worth. You have to know you got to put in the work. You have to understand that you are greater than. You know what I mean? You are greater than. I never thought all of these things I will be doing after being laid off and a single mom of 3 kids. Are you serious right now? But because I made a decision to say I'm going to take what's mine because he already put it in me, and I'm going to stop running from it, I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to continue to allow him to use me and be that vessel that I know that I am. So everything that the devil thought that he took from me, really he didn't take nothing, because I snatched that sucker back. I snatched it back. And everybody deserves to snatch it back. It was yours in the beginning. But don't you go give it to somebody else when it was yours. You don't never let nobody else tell you that's not yours. That's not possible. That's impossible. Well, you can say it's impossible all you want to, because I am possible. So therefore, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Right, girl. Let me give you some feels, girl. You doing that. You got that.
We just got to be able to do the work. We are so worthy. Okay. What is that moving on the head? What is it?
He's like, yes, preach.
Girl, let me tell you.
Exactly. That's where we feeling right here, right now. You know, I want to tell a little story, if I may, Vanessa.
Come on.
All right. So I tell this. This is a Bible study that I taught. Okay. Are you familiar with the Great Wall, right? Wall of Jericho. Okay. Now the point is that they lost Jericho because of their shenanigans. Okay. And they had to go ahead and do what he said in order to get it back. And they had to go around the temple, around Jericho, every day. And then on the last day, 7 times, and then blow the horn and the wall's supposed to come down. Okay. That's the reference. Okay. But see, this is the point. That is called a re-reward, because at the end of it, it says the re-reward is at the end. And their version of re-reward was the back of the army. But my version of re-reward is the situation. You were given Jericho, okay? You were given Jericho, but you lost it. And now you got to work to get it back. You were given that prime body, but you put cakes and cookies and sodas and all that in it. And then what? You got to work and exercise to get it back. You had your purpose. You had your gift, but you let other people tell you what you could and could not do. And now you have to work to get it back. That is the re-reward. You are in re-reward mode. You may have gave that back. You may have gave your power to other people. You may have gave your sanity to other people. You may have gave your choices to other people. But guess what? It's not too late to get them back. But you are going to have to do the work. You are going to have to get that reward back. You are going to have to do the work, and it's going to become a re-reward, because at the end of the day, you are going to appreciate it more because you worked your butt off to get where you're supposed to get, because you gave it freely. But now you got to work to get that thing done. Are we accepting call-ins, Vanessa?
Yes. I'm quiet. Yes. Come on in. Who was that? Cal? Come on in. Cal. You go ahead.
And see, at the end of the day, we have to realize that this is where we need to be. We have to take our control back. We got to take our power back. We need to take this back. No matter what they're saying, whatever what they're doing, we got to take it back.
Yes, we do. We really, really do. And once we realize how are you?
You guys are making my Friday morning. I can just tell you that. You guys are literally living my Friday morning right now. Thank you. I've come into this blab. I'm thinking this is a very interesting blab, and then of course, sorry. How do you say your name? Ikena. Sorry, Ikena. You are just, when I go in, you're doing your massive spiel, and it's passionate and it's amazing. I'm like, Queen has arrived. The Queen has arrived. And it's just amazing. Thank you guys for making my Friday morning. I'm like literally have a smile right now because you guys are making me so just so many feels and like that. I'm like there's goosebumps just going up my arm of how passionate you guys are.
And that's what it's about. Yeah. That's exactly what it's about. We are here to encourage people and motivate people and let them know that you can have it all. You just got to be willing to do the work. Sometimes you're just going to have to move people out of your space and in your place. But you could be able to make it happen. But you got to be willing to get in the trenches and do the work so you can reap the rewards.
sometimes you have to be a queen to do a queen's job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sometimes you
Well,
know
Cal,
what? I'm gonna beat your ass, and I'm gonna do every single person's job because that's exactly what I'm doing.
I love it, Cal. I love it. Yes, honey. Yes. And you know what? That's the way I come off. And, you know, I'm working on it. I am. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to stop the broadcast so I can put this down. Now, at the end of the day, though, you know, Cal, I appreciate you because that is what we want to do. We want to motivate. We want to empower and inspire. And if there's anything we can do for you, Cal, let us know, okay?
Oh my god, just keep being in my bloody blab so I can actually feel more enthusiastic and passionate about everything. About gay rights, just come in. About life, just come in. All I need is just you guys to be in my pocket so I can just take you out and be like, guys, give me some inspiration. Jesus, my God. God.
Well, I'm so glad we were here to help you today, Cal. Now, where are you?
I'm in Australia.
You said
I knew I heard an accent.
Oh,
I heard an accent.
wonderful.
Yep.
A lot of people think the accent I have is sort of a bit of a sort of hybrid between Australian and American.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. You got swag. You got swag, Mr. Cal.
I know. Swag. The queen of swag. Oh, she's gone.
I know. She's all right. She'll come back.
She'll come back. I literally just put in the chat up there. I was like, this is absolutely not racist at all, but this is exactly why I love black people. You guys are the most passionate people out there. I'm like, yes. Like, you have that happiness, and I'm like living. It's amazing. I'm like, oh. I'm like, that's like, why can't I be black? Why can't I be black? Like,
well, we'll definitely have you. You can join
oh my
us.
God.
You can join the club.
Can I just like darken my skin? Jesus, you guys are like living right now. This is amazing.
Well, you know, we do have a group on Facebook that you can join and be with us all the time.
Oh, sometimes I feel I need to feel like I'm a bit more black. I need to feel like I'm a bit more. And that is not racist, people. That is coming from a place of love. It's definitely not racist.
Oh, we get it. We get it.
Some people are like,
Vanessa, are
you can't be that because you're white. I'm like, you know what? F this. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit more black.
You have a lot of energy and passion, too. You have a lot of energy and passion in you, too, so I can tell.
As I just said to the queen upstairs, I sometimes have to feel like I'm just a little bit more black.
Okay.
It's like I'm gonna darken my skin because you guys are the most passionate people ever. This is incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you too, Cal.
Oh.
I can see your passion just all over the place too.
I'm just like vomiting passion out.
Wow. Well, we're glad that we was able to help.
Oh.
Yeah, now Cal, what we need for you to do is go and inspire somebody today like we inspired you, okay?
Yeah, I have to clean the house though. That's completely inspiring work.
I'm with you. I get it.
So let me just create inspiration by vacuuming the floor. Yeah, that's completely inspirational work right there.
Well, you know, it all depends on like if you're on a blab and you are vacuuming and you want to tell somebody about, you know, some inspiration while you're vacuuming and why you're grateful for being able to vacuum. That would be, you know, that's a way to inspire somebody. There's always a way to work whatever you're doing to be inspiring.
Girl, I work it every single day. It's called lip syncing.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Vanessa is clearly just lost and she is now completely in La La Land.
I love his accent.
Oh, they got a picture for you.
I love
Vanessa,
his accent.
hi. I'm right here. I'm not gonna hurt. I'm just a little bit crazy.
No. No, you just have a sense of humor. You're not crazy. You just have a sense of humor. And there's nothing wrong with that. I always say laughing is good for the soul. So it's okay.
Anyone that laughs at me is probably laughing at me rather than with me.
No, you're okay. You are okay.
Okay.
Well,
we're enjoying.
make sure you pass it on to someone else because you just never know. A little motivation can help somebody off that ledge. You just never know. People are having a real hard time nowadays.
Queen,
So just be able.
Queen preach.
All right, you preach. Vanessa has some wonderful nuggets. She has some wonderful nuggets.
Some wonderful
Thank
nuggets.
you. Nuggets mean.
Yes, that means, gems or pearls of wisdom. That's what we call them, nuggets.
All right, nuggets. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I was thinking something completely different. And even though you're a doctor, that just makes things a little bit more creepy for me thinking.
Oh, wow. Well, Cal, it was great that you jumped on in here and you was able to let us know that our blab was very successful because that's what it's all about, is motivating other people not to quit.
Oh, I'm definitely not quitting right now. I'm quitting. And I will definitely, probably for the next maybe half an hour, I definitely will not be quitting on black people, let's be honest. Yeah, you guys are amazing, and this is just you two. Everything. It's just incredible. This right here, what's happening up here, this is perfect. This is incredible. This is awesome. This is just, whoa. Passionate black people. I love it.
Well, thank you.
You have an amazing day, Cal.
You have an amazing night, dear Vanessa and Miss.
Yes.
How do you say your name again? Akina, right?
Akina,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys so much. All right. I'll see you guys.
All righty. Is there anybody else that would like to jump in? We are open. We don't want to hold you guys up too much. We don't want to hold up too much of your time because we appreciate your time, so we do value it. So, Dr. Fitch, with that being said, what message would you like to leave people with?
I would like to leave the people with quitting is not an option because you are worth the fight. Your dreams are worth the fight. And you can make them happen. There's many outlets and there's many resources to make those things happen. We're not giving up because there's no need to. There's always a different route and a different path that leads to the same result. If the original is not working, try the remix, but don't ever give up.
If the original is not
that's
working,
right there. If the original,
that's what I'm gonna
try the remix.
If the original is not working, try the remix.
Mm-hmm. There's no reason for us to give up when we have all these remixes that we can try. If Edison would have given up on 198 tries, we wouldn't have had a light bulb because it took him 199 tries to make it happen.
That's very true. That's very true.
So don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. We don't have that kind of time because we need people of power and to make this world a better place. If you have that dream that's going to make somebody else's life better, you're not just touching you. You're touching the whole world. You have changed your piece of that world. And for that, that's priceless. So don't give up because your dream is worth bringing to fruition.
Mm.
That's what I have to say to the people today, Miss Vanessa.
Wow. What do you say after that? What do you say after that? I know that with all the craziness that's going on in this world, people are complaining about what's going on in their community. People are losing their jobs. People are hitting rock bottom. And my thing is that when you hit rock bottom, look at it this way: the only way up is just to get up. Get up. You will never know if you stay flat on your back. Get up. And then make sure that you are contributing to your community. Because if you could just help one person, you never know if that one person could be able to help thousands and millions along the way. Do your part, and you'll be amazed. You just be absolutely amazed at what could possibly happen. But at the end of the day, do not quit. Don't quit. It's already crowded at the bottom. Why do you want to be at the bottom when you deserve to be at the top? Right?
That's right.
You deserve to be at the top. No more excuses.
Straight up to mobility.
Yes, it's possible. But you got to be willing to get in those trenches. Be around people that want to see you successful and push you and hold you accountable. That's what you want to do. I'm loving the community that I have connected with in Scope. Oh my goodness, Dr. Finch, you just don't understand that Scope Mastermind is an amazing community. And just connecting with the people in that community in such amount of time, just to seeing the support when I get on Scope or just if they see me on social media, it's just like absolutely amazing. You really build a quicker, way quicker audience than you do just typing behind a keyboard. Now they know who you are. They know that what you have to deliver and what you have to offer. So if our words of wisdom is something that could be able to offer you to take you to that next mindset to say, look, I know I deserve better. I know I could go harder. I know I could get in these trenches. And I know at the end of the day, even though it may seem so hard and it seems like I'm never going to come out of there, but at the end of the day, once I get through that other side of that tunnel, after that rainbow on the other end, I'm free. Somebody fought for us. Why not fight for yourself?
Right.
Why? You know, they want us to stay in that box. They want us there. But if you keep on staying in that box or in that cubicle of that one way in and one way out, you can't blame nobody but yourself. No more pointing the finger at nobody else. You look yourself in the mirror. If you don't like what you see, you have the option to change it.
There it is.
You know what I mean? We could drink water with the other races. You know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, it's definitely been an honor to talk to you about motivation and inspiration, Miss Inspired by Vanessa.
It's been a blessing.
Every once in a while, it's so wonderful to have that type of conversation with somebody who's on the same vein.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you so much for thinking of me.
Oh, you are very welcome. You are very, very welcome. And tell people how they can be able to connect with Miss Finch, Miss Dr. Akina Finch. How can they connect with you?
You done broke it all the way down, honey. You done broke it all the way down.
I got a sister now.
Yes, that's right. You can connect with me. I am on everything: Periscope, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm even on Snapchat now.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know that one. Hold on.
Yeah,
I didn't know that one.
On Snapchat. Yes. And so I am at DRAD Finch, everything but Google Plus, and I'm Dr. Akina Finch. My whole name is spelled out there, but everything else is DRAD Finch. So please come. Send me a follow, send me a DM. I am learning how to answer those back because at first they were just trash, and now people actually are sending me messages.
Oh, yeah.
So, on Twitter. So I'm getting much better at that. So I am going to answer you, I promise. So, but Facebook is as far as messaging is my jam. So, definitely connect out there and send me some messages. I love to connect. I love to empower, inspire, and make wonderful new connections that can help build everybody's community.
Well, I can be found at Inspired by Vanessa, everything. My Facebook is Inspired by Vanessa. My social media platforms are Periscope, all of that. It's Inspire Vanessa on Periscope now. And on the same thing with Twitter. And I am on www.inspiredbyvanessa.com is where you can connect with me on social media on my website. So this has been absolutely amazing. Even though we had a hard time getting in, but this has been absolutely amazing. That's that devil, I tell you. He don't like good stuff.
You have a website too. You made me. I always do my social media handles and never my website. So my website is www.ikinafinch.com. So come by, see the little services, make the appointments, all that good stuff. Whatever you want to, however you flow. All about connecting, and you can actually see when I'm live and when I'm not because I have my Periscope on air button on my website. Everybody should have that.
What is it?
Periscope on air. Basically, where on your website and your social media, your Facebook and all that, you need to have your Periscope on air button there so that people know that you are on. So if you have a following in your major social media channels, you should have it there and on your website. I'm a social media lover, trainer, so if you catch me like that, I am going to drop a nugget or two.
That's okay, because I'm going to be inboxing you right after this.
Okay. Yes, and I did a Periscope on it, so it is on my YouTube channel.
Okay. Perfect.
But, you can email me and I'll give you the link and all that.
Okay, honey. Okay. Well, guys, it's been absolutely amazing. We got to do this again. We have to do this again soon.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been amazing. Thank you, Natalie. I think I see Natalie on Periscope. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Is that your follower? Okay, I'm going to have to connect with Miss Natalie.
She just go Mastermind.
Oh.
She follows our Pastor Cass.
That's where I seen her. Okay. All right now. Well, it's been such a pleasure that you got. I'm not. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we will absolutely do this again. And I hope we will leave you some great nuggets and some great motivation so you can be able to finish off not only your day, but the rest of your week. In the meantime, between time, as I always say, you guys be blessed.
Wow.